Good morning, everyone. Doing things a little bit different this morning. I'm actually recording this on Tuesday, right after work. There's so much going on in the world. I just thought I would say good morning in a different way. I usually just put a positive quote up or something that I believe in up in the mornings, but there's so much happening and there's so much not only outpouring of love towards people, but also hate-filled groups out there going on right now. And much of it is caused by the war between Israel and Hamas. And I want to make sure I say Hamas. Israel should not be fighting Palestinians. And I guess I kind of want to say that people tend to want to choose sides, and you don't have to choose a side except for against Hamas, the terrorist group, but it doesn't have to be against Palestinians. There are a lot of innocent Palestinian people, and they are subject to their terrorist groups and Palestinian Authority, who are all kind of corrupt, in my opinion. Well, the terrorist groups are definitely corrupt. Even the authority, Palestinian Authority, is pretty corrupt too, and kind of bows down to the terrorist groups. And Hamas isn't even the biggest terrorist group. There's another one. And a lot of this goes back to Iran. So it's all over the Middle East. So I guess I want to say that first of all, my heart goes out to the people of Israel, and the people that we have here in the United States that have family, friends, or feel that close kinship with people in Israel that are Jewish. Jewish have always been persecuted, and it's a horrible thing. We have, you'd like to say this just happened somewhere else and not in our country, but it happens in our country too. With 3 Palestinian students killed recently, all because of this. There's all kinds of anti-Semitic junk and just horrible stuff online. Like I said, we've always had hate groups. We've always had people, whether it was persons of color against persons of color, or against Jewish people, or against Middle Eastern people, or Hispanic people, even going back to some others that have been persecuted in our history. I don't know why that has to be. It's almost like we almost have to have hate groups against someone at all times. And it just amazes me because people are people, in my opinion, and there's so many people suffering right now. And um, I'm so thankful. And you don't have to agree with all his policies, but having someone that is older, yes, older, like President Biden, with so much experience, has done a great job of negotiating these hostage releases. This all may be different by Wednesday morning when you see this. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen today. You don't know day to day what's going to happen, but so many have been freed. And there's many more to go. Um, and then I also teared up when I saw Palestinian people welcoming those people that Israel had put in jail. Um, the main thing I want to say is that when you hear someone say something against Israel, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're anti-Jewish or anti-Semitic. Israel has a government, and Netanyahu, and I forgot the other person's name that's Netanyahu's the prime minister, and there's another leader, I forgot his name. Um, you don't have to agree with everything that they say and do. To love Jewish people and to love everyone. So when you hear someone criticizing Israel, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're criticizing Jewish people. It is much different to criticize Jewish people, and it'd be the same as criticizing persons of color or persons of or gay persons, or any other group. Uh, Jewish people have a long history of persecution. And I just hate to see that in our country. I hate to see these hate groups popping up. And some of that's from some political candidates, and I won't name names, that have interfered and put thoughts into people's heads that just aren't true. And I could get way into politics right now, which I'm not going to do. Please pay attention to what your politicians are saying and what they are doing. Because unless you're one of these people that are on some of these social media groups like X or whatever Trump's group is. I forgot, Truth Social. Um, you may not be hearing all the things that they're saying. And I'm not saying that just about Republicans. I'm saying that about both Democrats and Republicans. But watch what your politicians are saying. Put faith in what you see as far as actions and the policies that have passed, policies that are trying to be passed, and the aid to these countries that are in need. And I don't want to leave out Ukraine. Ukraine needs help too. And this terrorist attack on Israel, which was absolutely horrific, it deserved all of our attention, and no doubt. But also Ukraine and Russia invading Ukraine is a national security risk as well. And those Ukrainian people are suffering. And we need to be delivering aid to both. It's in our best interest as a country and our safety. But once Russia can invade a country and a sovereign country, they can feel free to do that to Poland. They can feel free to do that to other neighboring countries around there. It's been done before. So anyway, I'm just hoping that everyone realizes that there's hurt all over the world. I feel that hurt for people. And I want to give, or I guess I just want to send my love to all those suffering today, whether it be from these wars or things going on in the world or something here at home or something personal in your personal life. People are people. And I guess that's all I want to say. And I guess I want to try to end it on a positive note. It's been difficult these days because I read the news before I post my morning post every morning because I want to see, what has happened around the world. I just give it a briefing. I don't read all the articles. I just kind of check the headlines to make sure nothing just horrendous has happened and everything is okay or not okay. And it's usually not okay these days. But just on a positive note, there are people that care. Hate groups are not the majority of people in our country. Hate groups are not the majority of people in the world. Most people do not belong to hate groups. The majority of the world has a heart full of love and kindness. And I choose to believe that, and I will keep believing that. And we have to defeat terrorist groups, and we have to defeat countries that are invading other countries like Russia. We have a history of that ourselves. So, shout out to Native Americans in the United States. So I'm hoping that everyone is praying, if you pray, for all these victims, no matter what country they're from, no matter their race, no matter their religion. We're all people. And I believe that in my religion, God put us all here for a reason. So whatever religion you have, most of them have something like that in there. And if you're not religious, then just common morality is it. So anyway, I want to wish everyone a great day ahead. I didn't feel like posting some quote this morning, just a positive quote. So I'm doing this the day before, the evening before. But I hope you all have a beautiful day. Think about those that are hurting. But go forward and provide us, spread as much kindness as you can. Spread love to other people. That's all we can do in at some points. And if you can do more, do more. All right. Love you all.